Stop what you're doing and listen, because the story of Couy Griffin is a story that almost nobody knows, but every American needs to hear. Couy Griffin is the founder of a group called Cowboys for Trump and was also an elected county commissioner in Otero County, New Mexico. Griffin was targeted by the FBI and DOJ for being at the Capitol on January 6th. Griffin never entered the Capitol and never engaged in any violence, vandalism, theft, or destruction. But he was charged with 2 misdemeanors: entering restricted grounds and disorderly conduct. Griffin went to trial and was acquitted of disorderly conduct, but convicted on the trespassing misdemeanor. A nonprofit organization called Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, or CREW, sued to have Griffin removed from office for violating the 14th Amendment to the Constitution by engaging in insurrection. CREW claims to be a nonpartisan watchdog group. Their website looks like this. CREW is funded by George Soros' Open Society Foundations and singer Barbra Streisand's Streisand Foundation. Even though Griffin was acquitted of having any participation in the riot, a New Mexico judge named Francis Matthew ordered Couy Griffin be removed from office effective immediately, ruling that the attack on the Capitol was an insurrection and that Griffin's participation in it disqualified him from office under the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment states, "No person shall hold any office, civil or military, under the United States who has engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same." Judge Matthews' decision marked the first time since 1869 that a court disqualified a public official for this reason, and the first time that any court ever ruled that January 6th, 2021 was an insurrection. Because of Judge Matthews' ruling under the 14th Amendment, Couy Griffin will never be allowed to hold public office again for the rest of his life. But targeting a county commissioner wasn't really the goal. The goal was to find a judge who would be willing to remove a person with a January 6th conviction, even a trespassing misdemeanor, from public office and label January 6th an insurrection. With precedent established, the stage is now set to go after the real target, Donald Trump. In a recent social media post, Donald Trump wrote, "Horrifying news for our country was given to me by my attorneys. Deranged Jack Smith, the prosecutor with Joe Biden's DOJ, sent a letter stating that I am target of the January 6th grand jury investigation, which almost always means an arrest and indictment. This witch hunt is all about election interference and a complete and total political weaponization of law enforcement. It is a very sad and dark period for our nation." You probably haven't heard the story of Couy Griffin and how his story highlights the incredible danger our country is in at the hands of far-left ideological zealots who have weaponized our courts to control the outcomes of elections. And there's a good reason why. Conservative media has overwhelmingly run away from every single story regarding January 6th out of fear, cowardice, or perhaps even blatant disinterest, much to the peril of their own audience and to the peril of presidential candidate Donald Trump, who is certainly going to be the target of multiple indictments with the intention of invoking the 14th Amendment as a justifiable reason for preventing him from ever running for office, using the court's removal of County Commissioner Couy Griffin as precedent for doing so. But now you do know the story of Couy Griffin. There's no longer any excuse for anyone to be asleep at the wheel. The American people had better wake up quickly and recognize how the left is willing to destroy every institution that we ever once believed in, including our courts, our news media, even our Constitution, to achieve their one diabolical, irrational, unhinged goal: stop the American people from being able to elect Donald Trump by any means necessary.